Good morning to all of you. Welcome to Human Rights class, maybe class number 3. In this video, let us discuss the various definitions of human rights. Please remember, basically at the outset, I want to tell you that it is very difficult to define the human rights in absolute terms. Actually, despite all complications, people try to define the human rights. As student, you have to refer to Section 2 of the Protection of Human Rights Act 1993, which says human rights are the rights given in the Constitution of India, are guaranteed in the Constitution of India, that is fundamental rights. Part 3, human rights are the rights given are guaranteed in the Constitution of India in Part 3. And also, not only that, and also the rights given in the international covenants. International covenants means like International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, which is shortly called as ICCPR, and International Covenant on Cultural, Political and Civil Educational Rights, that is the ECESCR. Right? So, educational, cultural and social rights, the rights given in the covenants, and which are tribal or which are enforceable by the courts in India, they are called as the human rights. I have explained you in the class. Please refer to the definition part. Not only that, famous jurisprudence, famous scholars, they have given different types of definitions. Let us have a cursory look on them. Human rights, in the words of R.J. Vincent, human rights are the rights that everyone has got by virtue of his very humanity, on the human nature. Right? So they are the rights basing on his humanity. Then can't bear, K-A-N-T, can't bear. He says human rights as the moral rights have got moral ground and generating facts are the same. That means being human in relevant case. So human rights are the rights to make you being human. So I told you the difference between human being and being human also. So better being human. Right? Then please remember constraint. Constraint definition is very important. Human right is a universal moral right. Human right is a universal moral right. Something something all people regard get justice. Something which is going to every human getting order. So justice, order and everything. No one should be deprived of the great affront to the justice. So it is a moral right, universal moral right everybody can get. And Macham, he says, human rights are universal and irrevocable elements of the scheme of justice. In the scheme of justice, they are irrevocable. Already I told you, they are inalienable, not transferable, irrevocable. You cannot get rid of them. And coming to Indian definitions, D.D. Basu, he says, human rights are the minimal rights which every individual must have against the state. That's why I told you fundamental rights are negative rights. So human rights are the minimal rights which every individual must have against the state. If the right is violated, it can go to the court and make it enforceable. Right? And please remember UDHR, last definition. UDHR says human rights are inalienable. Already I told they are not transferable. Inalienable rights of all members of the human family. That's why Article 1 of the UDHR clearly says all men are born free and equal. Then D.D. Raphael, human rights constitute those very rights which one has precisely because of being a human being. So as a human being, whatever rights he gets, they are the human rights, nothing more. And lastly, Martin Golding, he said, human rights as act of claiming performed on the level of the so-called human community. They are given the rights to the human community. Likewise, different definitions are there. So of course, by all the definitions, please remember section 2 of the Protection of Human Rights Act 1983, which you have to write in the examinations. This is only for the academic interest, I told you. No doubt, in the beginning itself, I told you that it is very difficult to define a term. So many terms are there, but still, out of all these complications, people try to define them in their own sphere. So just like Michael, Raphael, so Constantine, all these people, they have got their own definitions, which we have to appreciate. Of course, whether you follow them or not is a different thing. But whenever the definition part of human rights is concerned, don't fail to write section 2 of the Protection of Human Rights Act. With this, I am concluding. Thank you very much.